The episode starts with a scene of a prisoner named Gomillion writing something on the mirror. Then the officer tells him to come out for his trial, and we see that he had written, "Dad loves Ingy." We flash back to a fun night at a nightclub where Gomillion, his wife, and a group of friends are celebrating and singing. It ends with him introducing his friend Lamar. While they are drinking, the mother receives a phone call from the police station, and her facial expression changes immediately. The father and mother go to the hospital, where they are met by their daughter Ingy's nanny and Detective Douglas. The detective informs them of what happened to Ingy, saying that she was sexually assaulted. They enter the examination room to check on their daughter, who is clearly shaken. The detective explains that they are still searching for the suspect, who ran away when the nanny called out to Ingy. However, they have a description and have distributed a search notice everywhere. The family returns home, only to be surprised by the presence of the rest of the group at their door. We learn that Gomillion's co-worker told everyone what happened to his daughter, putting the family in an awkward situation. They begin asking Gomillion whether the police had caught the perpetrator, but he replies no. Lamar is especially angry after learning that the suspect is a white man. He starts urging Gomillion to seek revenge, arguing that the police won't care about a case involving a black family. He begins telling stories about past cases where police ignored crimes because the victims were black. But Gomillion tells him that he wants to take care of his daughter right now and leave everything to the police. As soon as Lamar leaves, Gomillion becomes visibly anxious and starts sending many messages to the detective, checking if they are seriously pursuing the suspect. Back to the present-day courtroom. The prosecutor asks the detective about Gomillion's state and behavior during the investigation. The detective explains that Gomillion was anxious and sent many messages that night, but it was a normal reaction for any father. The prosecutor then asks whether Gomillion showed signs of aggression or was capable of killing the suspect. Silence follows. We flash back to the day after Ingy was assaulted. Gomillion is at his warehouse, where we discover that his friends are actually his employees. Lamar asks him about updates in Ingy's case. Gomillion says the police are handling it and that his daughter is preparing for a church exam. He adds that they advised him to take her to a therapist. Lamar once again urges Gomillion to take revenge himself, insisting the police won't do anything. We learn that Lamar gathered some people to help him carry out the revenge. However, Gomillion refuses and tells Lamar that he doesn't want him going back to prison. Later, Gomillion rushes to visit the detective and anxiously asks for updates. The detective reassures him that the investigation is progressing quickly and that they are working hard to solve the case. That night, Gomillion returns home, helps his daughter with her homework, and talks to his wife. But Lamar shows up, saying he found the suspect and that they need to go. They reach a park where a woman saw them from the window in the park waking and searching. Gomillion searches until late at night when they finally find the man, who tries to escape into a bathroom. Lamar pushes Gomillion to attack the man, and they begin to beat him severely. As they prepare to leave, the suspect grabs one of them, pleading for help, and Lamar beats him even more before they flee. Gomillion returns home and apologizes to his family for not being at the church with his daughter. The next day, while Gomillion is having breakfast with his family, the doorbell rings. It's the detective, who looks angry and tells him they found the suspect murdered the night before. He asks if Gomillion was involved, but Gomillion denies it. The detective tries to explain that this is his only chance to confess so he can help him, but Gomillion insists he had nothing to do with it. Gomillion goes to work and quickly gathers the group to inform them what happened. They begin to agree on a consistent story to protect one another. At church, while Gomillion is seated, the detective joins him and reveals he knows what happened. He tells Gomillion this is his chance to confess, but Gomillion insists he had no part in it. Then comes the surprise. As the detective leaves, he sees Lamar's car outside. He becomes unsure whether Gomillion betrayed them. That night, Gomillion confesses to his wife what happened. She urges him to go to the police and do the right thing. Gomillion hesitates until his wife explains that their daughter needs her father as she grows up. The next morning, they go to the police to confess. But they're shocked when the detective tells them he can't help them anymore. The shock grows when they find Lamar and the others already at the station, and Gomillion is arrested for murder. Back in the courtroom, Lamar and the others testify against Gomillion. Lamar lies to pin the blame on Gomillion, who stares at him in disbelief. The detective assures Gomillion that he will not stop until he proves his innocence. The episode ends with hope that justice will be served.